In the last video, I discussed about a very important concept of how to solve the problems when the bar is experiencing more than one force. And we got how to find out that by taking a section right and a left, how many forces are there on the right side, left side, as well as we are making a summation of the forces on the right and left, and then that right and left forces summation will be equal, and then on that basis we are concluding that the force which is acting, the summation or the force, single force, if it is acting on the right side or left side, that will be the force which is acting on the portion. And this concept is very important. In the module 1, the maximum problems are being asked on this concept, and some of the other problems also be there. And then here today I am going to discuss about the two cases. In these cases there are some little bit changes are there. The concept is same as it is, only the change is here in this problem. This is the case 1, and then this is the case 2. Just see, same problem is there, only small change. Here this bar is experiencing 3 force, but 30 kilonewton is there, 20 is there, but one force is unknown. One force is unknown. So this force we have to calculate. We know that it is 10 kilonewton. So but how to find out that? So we are using the summation of the forces, or you can call it as the equilibrium of forces. The summation of all the forces will be equal to 0. In this case, so sign convention I have to consider. This sign convention, it is totally different from the what we discussed in the last video. So this is what right I can take positive and left I can take negative. So like that, this is 20 plus 20, then this is minus 30. So direction is given here, minus 30, and then plus F is equal to 0. Therefore F is equal to 30 minus 20. This is 10 kilonewton. This is the way how we are finding out the unknown force. So if I change this sign also, it may be, you can easily get the same answer. This is as negative and this as positive. So right side moving force, I am going to take that as negative force, and left as positive. So see, minus, it is minus 20 plus 30, then minus F is equal to 0. Once again I will get the same thing. It is F is equal to 30 minus 20. Then answer is 10 kilonewton. Same manner. So this step, it carries 2 marks. Out of 10, he allocate the 2 marks for this step to find out the unknown force. So second case, in the second case, just see here, 30 kilonewton is not given. 30 kilonewton is not given in the problem. Only the 2 forces are given, and at this end it is fixed. Means what? There is a reaction force. If normally a bar is there, if it is fixed one side and the load is acting on the other side, if the F is there, so same reaction force will be acting on the other side. This will be, the direction of this reaction force is opposite to the direction of this applied force, and the magnitude will be the same. Only the change in the direction, change will be there, that is in the direction, but the magnitude will be same. So in this case, whenever it's a single force, what we discuss here right now, but when the bar is experiencing more than one load, in that case you need to find out. Here in this case we are not at all finding any reaction force, but when there is a more than one load is acting, in this case we have to there is a need to find out the reaction force. So first of all, when we are finding the reaction force, first we have to judge or give the direction of the reaction force, in which direction it is acting. So how to identify in which direction it is acting, whether it is acting on the right side or whether it is in the left side. So it basically depends on, just check the direction of the applied force, 20 as well as 10. If I make a summation of this, these two are acting away from the cross section. I am thinking that it is acting in the right side. So if I take the summation of, it is 30 kilonewton, means 30 kilonewton. So maximum applied load at one end is 30 kilonewton. So same force will be acting in the opposite direction. The direction, just check the direction, it is acting in the right side. So I will take a reaction force, I will write here as FR, reaction force. These two forces are acting in the right, definitely the reaction force will be acting in the left direction. So based on the direction of the applied force, we will get the direction of the reaction force. So how to find out this FR? Once again we are using a summation of the forces, equilibrium of force, summation of all the forces are equal to 0. You can take any sign convention. So right side is positive, left side is negative. So here it is plus 10, plus 20 and minus FR. This is equal to 0. Therefore FR is equal to 30 kilonewton. That's it. So you may ask that if these two are in the same direction, if I change the direction of any one force, see here, if I draw the same figure like this, instead of changing the direction of this, I am keeping the 10 kilonewton as it is. Okay, then change the direction of 20. So can you tell me, can you imagine what the direction of the reaction force here? In which direction you have to assume? Here just check that the two directions, one is 10 kilonewton, it is acting in the right side, and the 20 it is acting in the left side. So 20 is more than 10, means whatever the what you call it as the intensity of that force will more compared to the other force, means it's have more impact. Therefore what we conclude here, the reaction force will be follow the direction of the maximum force which is acting on the member. Here if I take 10 is less than 20, means magnitude of this force having more impact. So that if I take the summation of this, okay, 20 is there, 20 minus 10 means 10 is what? It is a compressive load. Compressive load means this 10 is acting in this direction, 10 is acting in the left direction. Then what about the direction of the reaction force? Opposite to this, means it is acting in this direction. The magnitude is same, but it is acting in the reverse direction. Okay, in this way we are solving the problems. These two cases are very important, and the maximum questions are appeared on these case 1 as well as case 2. I already discussed about the fundamental or the concept of the problem, and then I will give some of the problems which are related to these two in the next class.